Welcome back to another live video. Today we're going to talk about the laws of supreme confidence. Yes, very interesting high level conversation today. I got my brother Dem Sajad joining into the live right now. There he is.
Yo, what's popping? What up? What up, man?
What's
Hey,
good?
we play certain music in the back. I can get copyrighted in it.
Yeah.
All right, let me not.
I did it in one live and then and then they like hit me up with like copyright. So like I just had to mute. It was like towards the end of it. It was because it was like a 50-minute live. So I was like, I'm not getting copyrighted for all that. I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. I was kidding these little instrumental. I guess I don't even know what really. I might just have to turn everything off. All right, let me just.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, no. Nowadays the beats, anything they might have anything on it. Really.
yeah, trust. Wanted to welcome you back. I said let's do another high level conversation. I think the last one we had was not only engaging, but it was inspiration, and a lot of people got a lot of value from our high level conversation. You know what I mean?
Fine. Hey, we back at it, man. Week 2. I guess
Back
week 2 again.
Week 2. So, guys, the last episode, if you guys didn't miss it, you can go catch it on my YouTube live section. But we talked about manifestation. You can see the merch right there, I think it's such a big topic, you know what I mean? Because I think in the laws of the universe, there's many laws. You know, manifestation is one of them. That's the big idea. We talk about it, we think about it a lot, but it's like I wanted to talk about the different laws that play into manifesting and, you know, achieving our full potential. And today I wanted to talk about the law of supreme confidence. You know, I think that's such a big topic, and a lot of people want to know. And I want to ask you, Sujad, first of all, do you think like confidence? Do you think you're born with it, or you think that's something that can be worked on?
I feel like 1 second. Hold on, I'm just looking something up real quick. I feel like confidence. Are you born with it or can you build it?
Yeah.
I think we naturally everyone has to build confidence. Like I don't think I necessarily don't really believe like people who have just like are confident. It's either they're confident because either their environment has allowed them to be confident, and then some people. But you have to learn to be confident either way. You're not just born confident. It's either your parents are instilling you confidence, so therefore you're confident, or you might have to instill it yourself. So like it's something I don't think you're born with. You have to learn either way. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So that's I guess my take on confidence. It's a constant thing. You kind of constantly build every day. Even now, I mean, even today. I mean, I still got to build confidence every time. You know what I'm saying? That's just a daily thing of dealing with. So there's having that belief in yourself. But I'll be lying if I say that I never get nervous or I never doubt myself because that's a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a normal habit. You just got to learn how to have good tools to bounce back on so you can move forward.
Yeah. It's
That's my.
interesting.
What about you?
Yeah, it's interesting because, like, for me, when I was growing up, I maybe had that feeling like maybe you're just born with it. You know, some people are just born confident, but like you say, when you look into it, some people subconsciously don't even know they're applying the laws of confidence. Is because, like you said, their environment, their parents had someone telling them you're great. Like for example, in the Serena Williams story, and I watched the movie and. When they were kids, he was telling them, "You guys are the best tennis players in the like." It was so it's hard for you not to go out in the world. Of course, you're always going to put it into yourself, but again, like you talked about that environment, and from the ages of 1 to let's say 7, that's when order suggestion is so strong because you're literally taking images of the world, you're forming everything in, and so if you have an environment of constant, confidence and belief, of course you cultivate that. So growing up, I was kind of, or maybe you were born with it, and I always had that confidence, even subconsciously not knowing. But I feel like when you get older and you school and all these things, you start to kind of.
But look at your parents, though. For me, like, why do you think why were you feel like you were confident? What
Well,
made you feel confident?
but that's a good question. That's a good question. Like, I think back with my parents, maybe certain things I'd see mum do, and also you got to think about it as well. Like with our parents, it's not like they were saying a lot of affirmations per se because they're also going through trying to pay rent every day, taking us, just living life, I guess, in survival mode in a way. So there was conversations of sometimes lack of what they'd say, but I just think, I don't know, like, I loved what I did, and I got confidence in that in a way. I
Mhm.
don't know. Mm. Yeah, but what do you think?
But were you always confident when you fell in love with that thing you're talking about, which I'm guessing is football?
Yeah,
Um,
I was, but like that confidence was up and down. So sometimes, if let's say I didn't have the best of days, my confidence was down. You know what I mean? And if
but
obviously
what went back and reassured you though when you were down?
the love, I had so much love for this, and it was just like there was no other way. You know what I
Was it
mean?
that, or was it having another good session, or was it, you know what I'm saying, that helped build you your confidence? Because regardless, the love is always there, whether it's whether you're low or you're high. Like the love is always there, but I think when we talk about confidence, like you got to really ask yourself, like when you're feeling low, what things do you do to build yourself back up? And it's more than just love. There's action there. So I'm pretty sure if I ask you that question again, you'll have a different answer. So like, what would that be?
And like you say, playing well. You go back out there the next day. You know what I mean? And you're having fun, and you just
Okay, okay. Let's go a step deeper. Before you can even play well, what are you doing then? Before you even get to the pitch, how are you mentally getting prepared? What allows you to go back out there and be like, all right, now let's give us another go. Like,
it would be my imagination. So like I'd have a bad day, bad game. I'd even do something like I'd go read a book like Stephen Gerrard's autobiography and
mhm.
seeing also lessons from his childhood and what, and then it just give me back that imagination like of me just having fun. You know what I mean? And so it make me excited to be like I can't wait to go out there and you know what I mean?
And that goes to just show like confidence is just an emotion. You know what I'm saying? It's not even. I mean, everything is really just an emotion. Like even being confident, so you're confident one moment, but that emotion is gone, so you're no longer confident. You got to find a way to get back confident. You know what I'm saying? And find the emotions, so you start to tie from influences of that strain. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You go read Stephen Gerrard, like it's inspirational. It'll motivate you. It'll give you confidence just off of that story. So that's what I mean. Like confidence is just a thing where I don't know, you just choose to kind of rise to the occasion for me, But to say that someone's just always confident, like, I would say like 95% of the time I'm confident, and like, you know what I'm saying? 5% it's just like you'll have that doubt. But that doubt to me is just like, I guess doubt for me is when I'm diving into something like in the unknown. So therefore, to me, it's just a sign of growth. It's like, okay, I'm unfamiliar with this territory. Like I'm nervous. There's something about my being in this moment and my perspective on life that this is nervous for me. So then it's just like, all right, it's like a chance for me to grow, really. So if I can get overcome this, then I come like a more advanced version of myself. Now I can go do this task. You know what I'm saying? I can go like for music, going out talking to people in the beginning, which is super nerve wracking. Like I'll be like, man, I'm not trying to do this. Like go up to random people, like, hey, you want to check out my music? Like, but there's times I can feel my body tensing up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, I don't want to do this, trying to psych myself out. But every time I kept doing it more and more, like now it becomes a lot more easy. It's still a little bit nervous, but now I'm just more confident with it, like you said. But that's just through repetition builds that confidence. So I think also doing something a lot is something that helps you build confidence because you really spend a lot of time with it. Because you
Mm-hmm.
can be naive too. Like you kind of need to be naive in a way to like dream big.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there's going to be a point where you're going to be called on that, and then at that point in time is where you either rise to the occasion or you realize you were just bluffing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know if you relate to that, but that's something I've been realizing too. Even with manifesting, is like, man, you'll start manifesting what you want, and then it's just like you'll have to like question yourself, like, damn, do I really want this? Like, it's coming, and it's like it's big and it gets scary. Because sometimes, bro, even blessings are scary, bro. Like we don't say that. I don't think we talk about that enough. Like how sometimes blessings can be overwhelming. Like bad times aren't the only times that are overwhelming. Sometimes things are going so good it's overwhelming because you're just mentally in your head like, yo, things are going super well. Like what's going on right now? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's on both sides. Like not everyone kind of acknowledges that. But that's something I'm learning too, where everything can be going right, and like then you're just in your head, and the next thing you know you're stagnant, and then you mess up your momentum because you're just kind of like questioning everything. Like, nah, like even with the show for sometimes, like I'll be in my head a lot. It's like, hey, everything's just going well. Like
So yeah.
and but I'm being stagnant because sometimes I gotta catch myself like, yo, like you gotta go out and go promo. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time to deliver. So that's something I'm learning. I've been learning these past couple weeks, this last week and so.
Yeah. No, I think you brought up some good points, and even talking about the emotion, like what I started, and so my confidence journey it improved when I was on this journey chasing my dream. I'm 17, and again, we're going to talk about being an athlete into that world because I think it relates to so many other things. So and again, like I said, I displayed certain times of confidence without knowing. Like I remember my auntie, I was going over to America, so she said, "Oh, what happens if it doesn't work out if you don't make the team?" I'm
Yeah,
17. I'm gonna make the team. And then she
yeah,
was no, but what? I'm like, no, there's no other option. I'm gonna go out there and make the team, and I did
yeah.
go and make the team. But then I was a lot of times being down on myself. If a day didn't go well, I'm talking, and there was something that was in me that I said this needs to stop. You know what I mean? So then I started reading, and I read a psychology book that kind of changed my life, to be honest, because it started to show me that you can again work on my confidence, and there's certain techniques because a lot of people feel like to prepare like that's gonna make your confidence, and that is a certain truth in that, in terms of if you got to be able to iron the craft, so when you're in that moment you can shine and you're full but sometimes you could prepare, you could do all the training, the speaking, all the business things, but when it gets to that moment,
Mhm.
that's all out the window, and that's why there's people who are
Yeah.
less, but because of they have that belief or they have that confidence, they succeed.
Mhm.
So I started to unwind that thinking. I'm like, no, don't listen to what everyone says, work hard. No, you need to cultivate this. And
Mhm.
how, again, what you say to yourself, it's an emotion. I started to learn confidence is an act. When I go out there with my body language is up, I'm on that field, I'm doing a YouTube video, and it's an act. I may feel nervous or that, but it's that emotion, and it's
Yeah.
what did you want to say? Because I feel like you was holding something in.
No, no, no. When you had said like you kind of touched on it though, like that's what I'm saying, and it goes back down to a deeper level of having like true confidence, um, where it's just like some people, like you said, they might boast this confidence, but they're not really confident. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a fine line I feel like between the two, but they're both like kind of straddling the same line. So I don't know. It's an
Hmm.
interesting topic, like because some people like you need to have that, you know, naiveness about you to dream big and like go after something wild. If you don't have that, I don't see how you can even achieve like something big. You got to have that belief of like, yo, this is crazy, but I can do it. You know, just put the work in and just start, every day progressing to that goal, whatever that is. But then there's some people who are just like, yeah, I'm gonna dream big and I'm gonna do this. But when it's time to really do it, they were just talking. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of talk. So I don't know. Just like I said, it comes from the same. I feel like the same line. And then there's comes a point where you really have to decide: are you gonna stand on what you're standing on? You know, and really practice that demonstration you've been talking about. But just that's how it is.
Yeah,
Like this is how it is.
like having that mix again, and as I said, being able to work smart, not just work hard but work smart. Train your muscle memory in whatever it is you do. Of course, we're always going to talk about being able to put in the habits, always creating good habits, but again, like when you're out there, when it's time to shine, it's again tapping into what the deposits you've been working on, the self-talk, like, or again, like starting to notice what are the thoughts that I'm saying to myself. Anytime I hear doubt, okay, I'm gonna hear it. It's not like you can
Mhm.
eradicate, or it's like when I hear that voice, no, reject that, and put in another deposit. But I'll never forget, and obviously but I met him when I was about 17, and I'll never forget the way he would speak with such confidence. Like Sali when he was the one who kind of changed my mind, and I think this is a topic we can talk about. But like talking well about yourself in public. Someone else maybe looking at Salih could have been like, "Oh, he's arrogant. Like, what makes him?" You know what I mean? We're just
Yeah.
here living in a attic. But the way Salih was talking, and he'd tell me, "You can do it too." And I didn't look at. I saw inspiration in that because I'm like, yes, I
Mhm.
love the way he's. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that people try and hide in us. When don't tell me how to pray. Don't tell me how to praise myself. Like I,
Yeah.
but I think what about that also, not only doing the in behind the scenes but the way you talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think all that plays a big role. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that I feel like create confidence, and I feel like all cylinders got to be hidden to be at this ultimate confident level.
Mm,
So yeah, positive talk. There's people you have homies who are just have negative talk. Like every time they're just talking about some negative. It's always a problem, something going on. So where they never change their perspective because like whatever answer you want to seek is always there. You know, like anything you're looking for, any answer is always there. It's just you have to open your mind to be aware of it so you can see it. Like it's crazy because you'll start like this. Thing about it, right? Just say one day, like tomorrow, like you want to go apply for like a restaurant. You'll start seeing a whole bunch of restaurant opportunities throughout your day now because you're looking for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's always there, whether you're looking for it or you're not looking for it. So if you go back to football and like you forget the restaurant, you're gonna see a whole bunch of football opportunities, but the restaurant opportunities are still there in the same vicinity. You know what I'm saying? But you're just not focused on that anymore. So like also it's just like man, whatever you're really focused on, that's where that's the answers you're gonna find. You know what I'm saying to your question. So if you're always like negative, you're just gonna see negative answers. But if you start opening mind, trying to look for the positive, you'll start to see it. And like look for direction, you'll start to see it. But you can't be like too closed minded to where you're not able, you're not aware enough to even see anything. So building that awareness and learning how to just be present. When you're present, like you can really see, oh, that play there, you see that play there, you see that play there. It's like plays to be made. But if you're not looking for a play, and you ain't going to score. So
Mm.
hey, I
And
think that's another part of it.
yeah, when we talk about something to perception and the way you perceive things, but I'll tell you, even with what's happening with me, and I think that also builds into confidence, the way you see things in the world, because then that will also influence your actions. For example, me having injury issues, like injury after injury, it's been a long time since I've been back, and instead of me, of course, I get those doubts, that frustration, but again, every time just putting it in my mind and be like seeing the positive out of it, like. And I felt there was one day I was in the gym and it was like God came and spoke to me and he's like, listen, like you need to go through these tests, you need to go through these challenges. Like before you rise up, you need to be broken down. Maybe this is your body being broken down until you can rise. So I have positivity and life into the rehab, into the everyday, being present because I know, yes, I'm actually building my body instead of seeing it, oh, I'm cursed. Why does this keep happening to me? And so I feel that also helps in the outer reality. You feel confident because like, yeah, I'm going through this shit for a reason, perspective.
Perspective, man. Perspective. Yeah, I think that's
Mm,
that's kind of where it's at, man. I guess the topic was confidence, but like I said, it's emotion and it has to be worked on. I feel like you know
mm.
for it to push
How,
and
how,
do
do you,
its thing.
how do you feel that's working like in your music, like now, and even just the recording process, the writing? I saw Future said something. They asked him like, how do you deal with doubt? And he was like, I deal with it every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
one
that's
hundred. Cause like
mm,
you're constantly being influenced by something every day. But you
mm,
gotta really kind of keep doubling back down on like trusting your process and just trusting who you are. Like you gotta have that self love for yourself, and it's easy to get influenced. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're around a certain type of sound, you might start changing your sound just because that's what you think is the wave. But you kind of gotta sometimes you gotta exclude yourself from the bubble and just be in your own bubble because that's really where sometimes like that self magic really be happening. And then when you're able to step out, like you gotta build your confidence while you're in your own bubble. So when you step into other bubbles, you can be within that community and not be too influenced to sway right or left. You can just be grounded and move how you want to move. So for me, it's a constant discovery, like figuring out how I want my music to be created, how I want it to be perceived. But at the end of the day, it's like as long as I stay true to me at that particular moment of time of recording, then it doesn't really matter how it comes out. You know what I'm saying? Because it is me at that particular moment. So that's one way I've been kind of, I guess, using my confidence right now and just dealing with that. Um, just constantly reminding myself, continue to be authentic and that who I am is as an artist is already intriguing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to really move out a certain way. I can just keep moving how I'm moving because I got my own lane, really. So, um,
mm.
yeah, that's it.
Well, when in your life did you start to also cultivate that confidence? Like how is that journey for you? You know what I mean? Like when you were traveling throughout Europe, even playing football,
Yeah.
like how like start to cultivate and even realize a lot of these things you're talking about, like it's an emotion and
I mean, I think
that
it
type of
started as a
stuff.
kid, like just being in Malaysia, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, like being a black American from Malaysia, and like in Malaysia, it was just like you were already different, and people looked at you like at a higher kind of status. So I always felt like,
Mhm.
all right, bro, I felt like I'm special. Wherever I was at, I just felt special. So that was kind of not kind of that is my mindset. You know what I'm saying? Just growing up, so that was my mindset. Is my mindset. Now it's just like I'm special. So with that, I think that's what kind of gave me the confidence. But like, just seeing other people's reactions and like in practice or the game, and like constant other people telling you like, "Yo, you're dope, like you're special," like, and you just really start to believe it. You know what I'm saying? And then at a certain point, it becomes your core belief. And I think that's where like I just got to get that at an early age. So like now, whatever I do, I've got that belief already. So fortunate enough, like I was like, being an athlete as a kid, and like being a fly athlete as a kid, kind of gives you that advantage. So I would say it definitely came from that. Just traveling, living in Malaysia. That's where it started from.
Mm. And I can really relate to something that you said. Like everywhere you went, there would always be a reaction from people, and that's like even sometimes me. I have to think about that, and I'm like, Eve, bro, think about it. Everywhere you've gone, you've stood out. Like you performed well, even though you've had bad days here or there. But like everywhere you went, there was interest. People were attracted to you. You know what I mean? And that also is like I can take those deposits,
Yeah,
and it helps about tomorrow because I'm like, man, everywhere I've gone, I've killed it. Every trial I've gone to, that they've liked me. You know what I mean? Like I even just I do a job interview. I promise you, Sajad, since I left high school, when I go into a job interview, these little jobs I do, I get the job time. You know what I mean? Like crazy. Like I go in there, the way I talk. Come on, man, you gonna give me this job. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think that's
yeah.
something I like. How and you reflected back, like it's just you went back, and then I even picture that, like I'll dream. Remember that day I did this and this and this, and then it builds into that confidence for tomorrow. You know?
Yeah, 100, 100. That's how it be, man. So that's what confidence, I guess, is, and it's a constant thing we always working on. So it is
Mm,
what it is. Supreme
facts,
confidence.
bro. Yeah. Another law. I think we can end there, bro. I think that was a good conversation. I like this. Again, I saw that thing I posted on Instagram. Badass, like when you have a high level conversation, after you feel more engaged, more happy with your purpose. Like you know what I
Yeah,
mean? A lot of the things that we talk about is good, and it can add value to the next person, bro. So
yeah. What's some of
thanks
your, I guess, goals? Your goals for next week? What you got going on?
for next week. I'm looking to be next week. I'm looking to be back on the field.
Mm.
Like on the field, warming up with the team. A lot of stuff. I'm building this rebounder board like a business, be able to sell these boards. So I'm, just working on the content strategies. Also looking for sponsors with our podcast as well. So a lot of my goals is I want to build out a media deck, maybe start to do some outreach, and because I think like in this day and age we're living in with social, it's like the new TV. You know what I mean? So I'm like, how can I just keep building around what I love doing? Whether and even when it comes back to football, being able to take out the camera, record that's content as well. The family business, the podcast, like so. Again, just focused on the everyday build of yeah. So for next week, those are the couple of the goals. You know what I mean? What about you?
Next week for me really is like just really promoting, getting ready for the show. Like these next 18 days now, I'm just solely just focusing on the show,
Mm,
and it's a lot of different parts that have to be fulfilled. Saying like running, everything really like, getting these. So next week, getting sponsors, like even getting help though as well. Like my mom and Alyssa, they're gonna be helping me. Um, just with some couple different ideas. So next week I'm gonna be promoting a lot. That's gonna really be the main focus. Cause I'm trying to get as many people to the show as possible. And then of course starting getting close, start figuring out my set list on what I want to perform that night. But yeah, main thing next week, just promo, 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 man.
yeah.
That's the mindset next week, man. I'm on the foot. I'm on foot. I'm on foot next week, and yeah, I'm just trying to really make this a epic show.
Mm,
Something special.
mm.
It's gonna take work.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah, I've been seeing every time I'm on Instagram again, see you marketing different ideas to be able to, yeah, like, give people that feeling, they're on social media, they're seeing that, and that's been dope. And then I wanted to, on the content creation side of things, bro, YouTube Shorts, finally you can change the thumbnail.
Is it? Oh no, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
yeah, TikTok and like Instagram, how you can, you know, how you the cover, like you can change. That's a major key, bro. When I saw that, I was like, finally.
You can do it back to old videos too.
A good question. I was thinking about that too, and I didn't do it. But yes, that's a good question. Very good question.
CapCut's been coming in clutch though. I rate CapCut. Because like with CapCut, man, you can really just find a little template and just throw a whole bunch of random videos and it come out like fire. And that's why I do. I have a whole bunch of content I just haven't used. So like, man, it's just been just put it in CapCut and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little clips in there and bang, comes out fire. So that's really been helping me out. I'm just trying to put some content out every day, really, you know, that's just related to what I got going on.
Yeah.
So CapCut's been pretty easy helping out with that.
Yeah. And it's interesting, like you said, even you asked about my weekly goal or, you know, what's the goal for next week? That's one of the big things is like every day I need to put out a piece of content. And like, I'm also realizing how like, it's such an investment because a lot of the content, whether it's a short or a long form video, it's till today, it's picking up, even sometimes with YouTube shorts. Like I realized later, you have a video that now just picks up within the algorithm. So I think it's that like my future self, you know, like you said, every day putting out a piece is so important. So important.
100. So I'm just trying to stay consistent with that on TikTok, Instagram, and Shorts.
Yeah. And keep going with that, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like with what you're doing, there's unlimited potential. And then even for you, like your name's bigger, everything's bigger. Your fans wanna see the in behind the scenes. So you know, then your YouTube channel keeps getting popping, and that's just more revenue, more income. So it's like you got your merch, you got your ad revenue.
I gotta get to them 1,000 subscribers, and I gotta get to them 4,000 watch hours, man. Like, what does live consider as like watch hours?
I think it does. Yes. Yeah.
Actually, you know, I can go on live as well. I didn't know that.
We can do it on your end as well. Yeah.
I didn't know we could though.
Huh?
I didn't know I could. I didn't know it was a requirement to go on live. Anyone can go on live?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. And I know that you need a certain amount of subscribers, but I don't think it's many. I don't know. I think 50 or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna start going online and just start like slapping music, really, just seeing like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure. Watch out, and then again, we talk about long term, 2, 3, 4 years from now, we're gonna be making money from these lives. Now the ads,
that'd be crazy because it'd be like crazy content from back in the day, like
you know what I mean. People want to tune in.
Stock. Yeah, I look at this like stock, man.
I'm telling you, bro, and it's crazy. Like when I realized that. Even sometimes like Facebook Reels is getting monetized, and you know they're starting to put ads in my Reels. So I noticed, you see, like it's the concept of you were feeding
Reels. Oh yeah, I heard about. I need to make a Facebook account. That's what they were telling me to get on the Facebook Reels.
I'm telling you, the growth is because you put it. It's the hashtags are so important.
I need. Actually, matter of fact, I need while we're on the phone, I'm about to go. I'm actually about to Facebook, right? Damn, yeah. I need to make an artist page, really.
Yeah, make up a new page, like Sajad, like not your person. Like I did that too with the podcast, and
But did you link it? Did you link it to your original?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, you just made a new page, what you're saying?
Yeah, like
an artist page, like an artist page.
Yeah. The podcast as well. Now Facebook Reels, like Garrett, like those are. I'm telling you, get on that as soon as possible because it helps with like people getting to know who you are, and then they also monetize that too. You know.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Sick. Frozen right now. Well, you're frozen right now, but let's link up on FaceTime, yeah?
Okay, just call me then.
Thanks, guys, for tuning into the live. You know, follow us.
Man. Hey, tuning in once again. Thanks for everyone who's. I guess we kind of went off track, but yeah, shout out to everybody who tapped in tonight. We'll be back again next week. As always, man. Big love. Shoot. Peace. I'm out.